What up, YouTube? You can't stop trading and investing with your boy James E. Today I'm going to talk about three stocks. Monday mornings, gotta love Mondays. It's such a beautiful thing. I want to talk about AITX. I want to talk about OZSC, and I want to talk about WDLF. All three of them, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But before we get into that, man, please click that like button. Please subscribe. It is very much appreciated. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy that likes to research and analyze anything I find interesting in the stock market. And I like to share that with anybody willing to listen. So, that being said, let's just get right into it, shall we? So let's start with AITX. If you guys watched my previous video, if you haven't, please go and do so. But I talk about it. So I had talked about in the last video when we typically have a first green day in the OTC market. Now we're talking OTC market here. I'm not talking NASDAQ. I'm not talking New York Stock Exchange. I am talking OTCs. So we had a pickup in volume the previous day on Thursday. And then we had these beautiful runs Friday. All the OTCs were running. AITX, OZSC, SSFT, LTNC, AITX, if I didn't say that already, WDLF, all these stocks have been having these nothing but red. First green days, I talked about it. They typically gap up after their first green day after all red. I've been noticing this move for years. It's the same thing. I capitalize on the same thing over and over again. So AITX did exactly that. Gapped up nearly 2 cents a share. Closed right here at 13.64. Opened up here at 15 cents a share. Sold it right at the market open for a $603 profit, which is roughly around a 7 to 8% profit on that position. Same exact thing for everything else. OZSC. Same exact thing. Capitalized on $685 profit on here. As you can see, closed right here in the 16.5s. Opened up here in the 18s. Sold that for an 8% profit as well. Same exact thing as AITX. They are the same exact play. OTC first green day. And a gap up the second day, overnight play. This was obviously an over weekend. Same thing with WDLF, made 866 on WDLF, closed at the 216, opened up at 251, or opened up at right here in the 24s, in the 24 area. So you know, boom, capitalized on all three for overall just a little less than $2,200 profit to start my week. And again, man, I talk about it in my previous videos. I talk about it in all my videos. It's just capitalizing on the same shit over and over again. Recognizing a play and capitalizing on it. WDLF, you see right here in the 1 year, 1 day chart. Had this huge run. Look, even if you go back right here when it was less than a penny, had this huge run, came down, first green day, gapped up. Then we finally had this big run into the 4 cent area, dropped back down, first green day, gapped up. And then again, all red, first green day, gapped up. And it's the same thing. It's the OTC market. That's how it plays. Again, huge run, drops, first green day, gapped up. Huge run, drop, first green day, gapped up. Right here, drop, first green day, gapped up. So, I mean, it's been a play that I've been noticing for years. And it literally is. Anytime you see multiple days of red, red, and then you have a green day, that's pretty much all the shorts that were piled up in, all the shorts that were shorting this. It's at the bottom now. So they're all now piling on to get out. So that's why you typically get a gap up in the morning or a squeeze in the morning, because they're all just trying to get out now. I mean, they're all collecting a massive amount of profit. And now they're like, hey, look, dude, I'm sitting on a massive amount of profit. So now I'm going to get out And so to them, if you're shorting it right here, let's say AITX, for instance, if you're shorting it in the 20s and it's dropped all the way down to 8 cents and now it's bouncing to the 14s, you don't care if you get out at 17 cents because you just made a shitload of profit. I mean, do the math. I mean, that's like a 30-40% profit on a trade. I mean, who would not want to take a 30-40% profit on a trade? That is a beautiful trade. And me, I'm just capitalizing on this small bounce opportunity, which meets my criteria of what I'm trying to capitalize on, which is 7 to 10% profit. Here, this was roughly about an 8, pretty much all three, AITX, OZSC, and WDLF, I made roughly about 8% profit on all three of my positions. So that is on the higher end of what I'm trying to capitalize on. And so that's a beautiful profit for me. 8% is beautiful. So overall, if we really did the math and I added up all my position, do the math yourself. 8%, I made 2,200 profit. Just a little under 2,200 profit. So I mean, that's a great way to start my week. And then again, man, learning lessons. You have to learn your lessons on yourself. The trader's game is you versus you. That's what trading is all about, you versus you. So last week, if we go back to last week, I started my Monday the same way. I started Monday with a $2,000 profit, but I kept trading and giving it back. Ultimately, I wound up closing out the week with a $900 profit on the week, but I started with $2,000 on Monday. But why? Why, James? Why did I give that shit back? What happened? What led to that? So I had to review and study myself and understand that I was just over trading, man. I should have just took my profit and walk away from the market. Anytime you're up, within that 6 to 10% range on a single day, that is a great day. Just walk away from it. So that's exactly what I did here. It's now 9 o'clock. I literally shut my laptop until now. I sold my positions bright and early at 6:30. Closed my laptop, and now I'm barely opening my laptop just so I could do these videos. And then once I do these videos, I'm gonna close down my brokerage account. I'm gonna close down my platform, bring up, my editing software so I can edit these videos and post them. And then I gotta upload them. That takes time. So by the time I'm back opening the market, it's gonna probably be around 11 o'clock, maybe 12 o'clock, which is roughly around where I want to start looking to maybe potentially trade again. Just understanding that and capitalizing on that. OZSC is actually doing really well. It did have this nice dip and then a huge run all the way up to nearly 21, which would have been beautiful. I was kind of hoping it would open high because I came to the market. I was up at 5 o'clock this morning. So I was up an hour and a half before the market opened, and I was noticing this up almost in the 19 area on the ask side. So I was like, oh, cool, man. If it maintains that, that's going to be a nice 1,000. And then same thing with AITX. AITX was holding up there over here, as you can see right here. It was actually at 15.99 on the ask. But, again, man, they bounce around a little bit. And there's nothing I could do about it. And I'm perfectly okay with that. I'm not greedy at all. I'm going to take what I could get. Because when I do get greedy, it winds up costing me big time. And then same thing, WDLF, that got me really excited because on the ask, it was showing 298 as you see up here. So that would have been a $3,000 profit, but it winded up opening down here. So I'm perfectly okay with taking that 866. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, that is this was on a $9,000 position size, so that's roughly almost 10% profit right there alone. These two were on a smaller position size. This one I want to say was about a $7,000 position size, so probably a 9% profit right there. And then right here as well, this was about I want to say about a $9,000 position size, so about an 8% profit right there. And again, man, I talked about it in the previous videos, and I talk about it over and over again. When you start seeing the volume turn, especially when you're having multiple red days in a row, once that volume starts picking up, they're just piling on to get out. Now all the big short sellers, all the big money, the guys who are holding a shitload of shares, they're now trying to get out. And if they're shorting in this area, then they could get out from down here all the way back up to up here and collect a profit. That's why you get this pop after all this red. So So that's exactly what happened. So OZSC, AITX, WDLF, I recognize that same thing in all three of them on Friday. And so just to spread my money out, you know, instead of just buying all OZSC or buying all AITX or buying all WDLF, it's a lot easier for me to get out in the morning if I spread my shares through three different companies instead of, because they were all showing signs of that beautiful pop. And ultimately, I want to say WDLF was my biggest percentage gain, but they were all roughly right around the same, between 7 to 10%. They were all in that same range. So ultimately, I collected the same amount of profit percentage wise on each, at all three of them. So it was best to separate all three of them instead of just trying to buy one. Because especially WDLF, it's a 2-cent stock. So, you know, I had to buy 400,000 shares, and that's already heavy size for that, especially in the morning, because typically in the morning you might get a spike of a 5 to 7 million in that 1 minute. But that's going to be harder to execute if I were to purchase all the shares there, because then that's more money. So I might, like, say, you know, I could have realistically purchased like 2 million shares, but that's going to be hard to execute. When I want to sell it all at once, it's going to be hard to execute that many shares right at market open. So it's best that I spread out my money between OZSC, AITX, and WDLF, and capitalize on all three of them. So started my week beautifully. I love Mondays. I always do really well on Mondays. I can't remember the last time I had a red day on a Monday. So now it's just a matter of, you know, maintaining that, taking my gains, and closing my lab until, you know, until I see, you know, till a little after 12 o'clock. And I'll start seeing if anything else is working in my favor. Because again, like I said, man, you know, that's my zone, man. That's where I make the majority of my profits. Right at the market open, the first 5 minutes of the market open, and the last 15 minutes of the market close, the last 10 minutes of the market close. So, you know, just capitalizing on recognizing patterns. That's it. That's all I do, man. Recognize a pattern, utilize the volume as an indicator, utilize the level 2 as an indicator, and the chart pattern as an indicator. And, you know, and it worked out beautifully today for the over the weekend play. So that's going to be it for today, guys. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of my analysis. Again, if you made it this far, please click that like button. Please subscribe. You Can't Stop Mafia is a mindset movement, meaning never stop yourself, never stop your progress, never stop your education, especially in finance. Having multiple streams of income is an amazing thing, and the stock market is a place where you can do that. So AITX, beautiful gap up after the first green day. OZSC, beautiful gap up after the first green day. WDLF, beautiful gap up after the first green day. So capitalize on all three of them. That's going to be it for today, guys. Again, I'll be sure to keep you updated. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.